So we had some pretty big ouchies in this, I guess we'll call it kind of a transitionary period from the front cab to the rear cab, or the bed, whatever. So here I've done 5 or 6 heat shrinks. It was a pretty big, couple little knots. Almost looked like somebody took a old school body hammer and just kind of wailed the hell out from the inside. A couple little small ones here and there. There's a bunch more. This is behind the bench seat, so it doesn't have to be, you know, laser straight or anything, but definitely want to have it nice and presentable, you know, as flat as I can get it. But big flat area. So all the circles were little shallow kind of dings, more than a dent really. Up here there was a whole series of fairly large dings, cluster of really big ones, cluster of really big ones, a couple of big ones through here. Torch shrank quite a bit, gotten it a lot closer to shape. Now I've got a little bit of tension here and there with some large waves that span all the way across, but no more sharp, violent damage. So all this will be planishing it out. Maybe a little bit of torque shrinking here and there to tighten some spots up and relax other spots. The same old song and dance. Some up here, but I'll get those afterwards. So I'll fill these little heat shrink divots in from it getting just a touch too hot, and then I'm going to finish off, finish those welds if they're proud at all, and then I'm going to planish hammer all this to get it nice and relaxed and in a good position that it wants to be in, because right now it's kind of pulling some of the shape that we want, or well, the lack of shape up here that we don't want, i.e. this down here is affecting up here, so I want to get this squared away, and I'll have to work them both kind of at the same time to get them nice and happy, but they're real close, just from hand work, but we'll dial it in, get the surface nice and pretty, and then get them dialed in with the planishing hammer and maybe a little bit of fine tuning with the hand work afterwards. Caught me right as I was adjusting.
Nope, you're fine.
For everyone out there looking to get a car, don't get one with a bunch of flat panels. Pretty darn good. I just went after I had it all like 95, 98% of the way finished. I had some little sink-ins from getting a little too hanging on a little too long with the torch when heat shrinking. So I went back and picked those up. So now I'm just kind of slowly stretching them back out and with a hammer and a block of wood, and occasionally a big flat dolly, block of wood, hammer. Just kind of working the areas around. The supervisor's coming to make sure that we're doing our jobs here. I don't have any biscuits. But yeah, so if y'all remember at the beginning, this bottom corner here was all folded in and crunched up. The whole lip had some nasty carves in it, and lines. There was like a big karate chop in it right here, and it was kind of crumpled in this area. Very technical terms. And now it's pretty super flat. I took out the inner wheel opening flange structure and the quarter to rear panel support. So those will have to get welded back in. But nice and there's no tin can, and it's not very loose at all. Oh, and this rib will have to go in. Other than that, ta-da. Yeah. Alright, so this here's the quarter that was all crumpled up down there and had the big karate chop out of it. Well, that's a dog. Come on, buddy. Hank, move. Please, thank you. It was struggling a little bit, just with tension that was put in it from damage and tension from plug welds all around. But it's nice and smooth, pretty flat now. A little bit of tweaking I need to do left. Probably need to shrink along this edge here a little bit. It's very difficult to see now because it's so slight, but this bottom flares out just a little bit. But that's from the damage. This whole corner was crumpled over, and this whole line was de-established. So I had to bring that all back in, but after bringing it in, it kind of flares out. So you tune that in a little bit, and then this will be good to go. I'll have to put the structure back in, the wheel opening flange structure back in. But in the meantime, take a little bit of a break from that, move it back up here. This is all very close. There's a slight a slight crown to kind of this chin area. I've got all of this pretty well worked out, but I'm getting this area leveled out a little bit. There's a little bit of inconsistencies up here that'll get addressed, but they're all very minor stuff at this point. Yeah, really just kind of getting the aluminum settled flat and tensioned correctly so that it's not loose and tin canning everywhere, and it'll all be nice and solid. Shouldn't have any filler anywhere, just some good fill primes, and it'll be off to the races. So we've got these Land Rover doors apart, cleaning up the insides, and we're going to clean up the steel structures. The door panels aren't too bad. This one's a little worse for the wear than the other one, but pretty simple. 3 rivets hold on the steel structure in here, and then the bottom of it just folds in, slides in this hem seam. The ends fold over, and then there's a steel cap that rivets to the steel structure to kind of beautify this edge. And that's 4 or 5 pop rivets, and then there's 4 solid rivets down here for the door handle area as a support. That's it. These are as simple get.